Houston, we have a problem. You see, my brain is so huge, it's filled to the brim with ideas. But I'm being bottle-necked because I'm trapped in an endless war against time. I'll be dead of old age long before I can build it all. However, this morning, I woke up with an idea. Aha! Oh. So, I walked over to the Gnome Embassy and asked if they have any sort of technology that could clone me. 2 Mypowerbobs could build faster than 1 after all. So they sent some letters, and after 17 weeks they finally got back to me with a schematic for a cloning chamber. It seemed easy enough to build, and constructed it pretty fast. Alright, now I just gotta pull this lever, stand this platform, and everything should happen automatically. Oh my Worldcrafter! It worked! It's a me! Hello? How are you? Say something! What's up, buddies? Yes! Yes, it worked! Oh dear God, help me! Huh. I wonder where he's going.
And welcome to the premiere episode of Sheldon Cooper Presents Fun with Flags.
What's up, buddies? Mypowerbob here, and I guess also now somewhere out there. And welcome back to another episode of World Building. Now, what should we get up to today? Well, I know what I'm not getting up to today. I am most certainly not going to be digging any holes this episode. No. This episode I'm going to do something I've been putting off for a while, mostly because I've struggled with it, and it's related to that and to this. Yes, I think it is high time that this dwarven kingdom over here finally gets a flag. A good many episodes ago I mentioned that I tried to design a flag, but I couldn't come up with anything that I liked. I tried to do something like this, but I don't know, it didn't feel right. It felt close, but not exactly. Like, it's a bit too messy, because it needs to look good as a banner, but also as a, like, huge wool, like, flag, you know? And so I put it on ice, and, you know, I never came back to it, and I think I should do that now, just get it done with, really. And this is a good basis, so I think we should, like, try to develop something out of this. Okay, so I'm just going to try something. The core idea was that it's like a sun behind a mountain. So this is like the base idea of how it's going to look. I mean, it's a bit hard to, you know, decide what direction you want to go, because a fantasy flag looks very different from a real life flag. Fantasy flags have a lot more details. They have like wolves on them and dragons and stuff, and in real life you have a cross and then a cross of a different color. So this... it's going in the right direction of fantasy, but it needs more details. Oh, I'm wasting so many banners on this. No, this one, yes. So you have a gradient. It gives it a little bit more detail. This is basically what I already had in the original idea, except for the orange sun pattern behind it. And honestly, it isn't too bad. Yeah. Is that it? Light gray. Can I give it an outline? That doesn't look right. A white outline. It's very dominating white then. Blue. I like the blue in it. I think I made it pretty clear these videos that blue is the dwarven color. That's not right. Maybe it is. Actually, oh, I have gray. Well, how does that look? Oh, that doesn't look gray. That looks like... there is a blue tone to that. Although now I'm feeling the sun isn't right. I want to try something. What if I make it more dominantly blue? The blue sun like that. Oh, that is actually a hard choice for me. I do really like the blue, having just a dominance of cold colors, but the contrast of the yellow works really well as well. Like, especially from afar, you notice that. Way more so than the blue sun. Also, the blue sun doesn't make sense anyway. Maybe I go for this. But another thing, I don't like the mountain. The actual rock part of the mountain is very hidden, I guess, behind the outline. But that's simple enough if I just put the outline before the mountain. Last grey die, so you gotta make this count. Huh. So, okay, so we went from this as a basis to this. Okay, I was pretty satisfied with this. Next to each other. I don't know, I kind of miss this darker blue. Let's try this without the gradient. Okay, that looks kind of weird with the outline actually, so maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. The outline, it doesn't look right there. It's two dark shades clashing. That doesn't quite work. Yeah, I think this is it. I think it's that simple. How did I struggle so much with this the last time? I think I was too obsessed with the sun. And also, well, it has been a long time since I tried last, so I guess I have grown as an artist of sorts. But then again, now we gotta figure out if this looks good when, you know, scaled up. Well, it's close, but it's well, okay, so too short. Needs a little bit more empty space above the sun. That is better, but I don't know if the gradient works. The light blue to blue, that's it's not going to be as smooth. No, that looks weirder. Probably not going to salvage it. Doesn't hurt to try. No, it doesn't look like a gradient, it just looks like two different blues in a checker pattern. If I remove this pop art style gradient here, I could add cyan as well for the gradient, but there's green in that and I don't think that'll work. Oh yeah, that is... Oh, I like that. But I could also just push it up one more. It's level with the sun, the middle of the sun. I think that works actually. The end of the mountain here, I mean, it works here on a banner, but, well, the banner has to be square, but this doesn't have to be, so I could add like this. Give it a little bit more shape. Yeah. Or just fill it out at the end. Different areas of the kingdom requires different sizes of these flags, so I guess I could like build all of these variations at different places, but something along the lines of this, I think, is exactly what I need. Now, another thing I would need to design is some kind of like pennant flag. Those long flags that are just linear in a way. I think mostly that's the kind of flag I am going to build, considering how tall each hallway or whatever of the kingdom is. So this is just a smaller version. Let's see, how does that look? It is smaller, alright. A little bit weird. Very Minecraft squares right here with the light blue. That doesn't quite work. When I think of pennant, I think, of course, of the Norwegian flag, naturally, since that's the one I'm most used to, which is just taking the Norwegian cross and making it a single line. So this doesn't really fulfill that, and it looks... I mean, it works as just a smaller version of this, but not as a pennant. What if I just remove these on the side here? What if I actually use my shears to do this as well? Like here and to the side, and then like this. That, that looks like a cigarette. It's not complete. Hold on. There, it's it's the flag of the Dwarven Smoking Union. I mean, if there, if any fantasy race were going to be like heavy smokers, I guess it would be dwarves. Either that or orcs. How can I salvage this? Alright, so I removed the outer two pieces of it, and, you know, I tried to make the mountain bigger. It's just a bunch of arrows now, pointing upwards. Kinda works, I guess. Except for the sun. That still looks weird. It's just a long sun, actually. Crescent moon when long sun walks in. What if I just dislocate the sun? Remove it from the mountain. That's not too bad, actually. I think I'm onto something. However, once again, the light blue is the hardest part of this. Okay, sure. Can I do this? Will that look fine? Okay, good enough? No, it doesn't. Maybe I should just make the outer lines here blue. Just plain, just straight up blue. Oh yeah. Yeah. I think that is exactly what it needs to be. I mean, it still has. When you know about the cigarette thing, you can still kind of see it, but also kind of not. It's sort of removed from that. Like you get that it's a version of the main flag. I still don't know how I feel about the light blue wool. In its entirety, the only wool makes it kind of flat. So maybe I should put some other blocks in there to sprinkle it in. I mean, I'm very bad at doing that. What else can I put in that look natural? Oh, wait, concrete powder. That's perfect. It has sort of the same, texture composition. Alright, this is exactly the kind of thing I installed Create for. Kind of want to do this like a checkerboard pattern. So it's alternating between wool and concrete powder. Yeah, I kind of like that. Honestly, it does kind of give the feeling of this being like hand sewn. I don't know. Huh. Wow, okay, wow, I actually don't know how to pronounce that word. But you get what I mean. It feels like it's woven together. Right, let's place down, let's fill out the whole thing and then see. Alright, I've now replaced every other block here in both of the flags, and yeah, I think this is it. I'm pretty satisfied. Here it maybe looks a little bit weird, but I think that's mostly down to, for whatever reason, the blue concrete has like a very distinct different shade to the blue wool, weirdly enough. But other than that, yeah, it works. And from a distance, I should have tested this earlier, but yeah, I think that works too. Yeah, the grey wool here is a little bit distinct as well from the concrete. As well as the yellow when you get really up close. I mean, the concrete powder here, these ones, aren't as vibrant. This is like this is what yellow wool looked like many years ago. It's almost nostalgic. I think we got it. I think this is somewhat what I'm going to be hanging up now around the kingdom. So let's go and do that. So, the flags have now been planted, claiming this area for the kingdom of Orheaven. Or Mjaldremel. I should have used the proper dwarven name for that. But yeah, I placed some regular flags here on these walls. I've planted those pennant flags there, and some sideways pennant flags as well. That was a horrible angle to show that at. There we go, the sideways pennant flags, and I replaced the flag over there by the nether portal as well, or just touched it up rather. And yeah, as I've mentioned before, I'm pretty obsessed with like the wind coming from the west wind. So yeah, these flags had to like flow into the mountain. It's not the best looking, way for them to flow, but I want to keep consistent with the wind thing. And not only that, for these two flags hanging here specifically, I did a cool little detailing thing. You can see I've used glass panes here to kind of touch up the detail, to make it flow more smoothly in the wind, to make it, not as blocky and chopped up. This was suggested to me by a buddy of mine, Nukri, who's a very amazing builder, and, well, something like glass panes for detailing is something I don't think about at all. This is like a step up from my building skill, so that shout was very good, and, I gotta keep this in mind for the future. Now, for something I haven't done, I have not placed the big flag anywhere here in the kingdom. I was looking around to see where it would fit in, but it didn't exactly fit in anywhere. Well, yet at least. I could just have hung it down here from the support beams, but it would be too close to the lantern and probably catch fire and stuff, and we wouldn't want that. So I thought maybe I could hang it a little bit further up, but right now there's really nothing to hang it from. I mean, eventually I'm probably going to build like a balcony thing here, but I gotta wait until I've built that to hang the flag from it. And then I went further in here and I thought maybe I could hang it here, but I don't want to cover up the lantern detail and the beam here. I'm pretty satisfied with how that looks. And then this wall as well, I want to use this for something else, like a mural or something. It really lends itself to that, so I don't want to hang the flag there either. So maybe here, but I don't know. It's a very weird place to hang a big flag like that. It's very random. So yeah, and there's no place down here by the mine either, and I decided that can wait for later. These flags are stuff I'm going to hang up every now and then as the kingdom expands, so just really no rush to get it done, to place it somewhere. So, with that being said, I am pretty satisfied with how they turned out. And even though they may look a little bit weird, have their weird little aspects to it, it works. It's probably going to grow on me a little bit, and it already has, honestly. And now that I'm looking at this, maybe I could use the glass as a good, gradient transition between the light and dark blue. Maybe not in this pennant here, it's too small, you would notice that easily, but with the larger flag, that is a possibility depending on how far away you see it from. We've had a lot of fun with flags today, so I don't want it to end, so why not try to touch up these flags here as well? What I'm about to say might be a retcon, but I honestly don't remember what exactly I've said about these flags before. But these are supposed to be for the Merchants Guild. Now, in the past, I think I've specified a Gnome Merchants Guild, and that's partially true. The gnomes established it, but I want it to be a guild for all races, so that these flags can be a sort of indicator that, yes, this kingdom, this city, this town, whatever, is allied with the guild, and you can come and trade here, or something like that. So I want to change these flags a little bit. What's already on them, the yellow and orange, that's supposed to be like a coin and two sets of hands, doing a sort of trade. I'm gonna be honest here, unlike the dwarven flag, I've kind of already designed a new variation of this. Now, the coin trading hands is it's a good idea, but well, I'm wasting a lot of colors and shapes to just get that, which restricts me in what I have left to make variations of. So I've decided to change that, not to a flower. I want to change it to the globe pattern, but it seems I don't have that. I'm going to, hopefully I have a villager I can buy it from. Let's see here, over at Mark of the Spots. You do. Yes, thank you. I only need one of those. And the XP. I would like the XP as well. I'm greedy like that. Well, thank you. Good to see ya. He's just staring at me. Like a puppy watching me go off to work. Don't make this harder than it needs to be. I'll visit you later after I'm done with this video, okay? Oh man, I'm not going to hold that promise. So, the idea here, basically, is that there's going to be a common logo, which is the globe, and then that is just going to be placed over flags that have, you know, other colors of whatever kingdom they belong to. For dwarves, for example, it's going to be, you know, blue, the fade. Outline, of course, and white and globe, and just something like that. I think that's good enough for a start. And then there's some gnomes as well, because I gotta hang it on the wagon. And well, it's kind of hard to decide what exactly to do here, since I haven't designed the gnome flag. But I know I want to use cyan and orange, because those are the two polar colors of copper. And I want to use a lot of copper in the construction of the gnome city and stuff. So maybe just something like this for now. Maybe it's good enough to keep. Who knows? That's nice enough. Yeah, the gnome and the dwarven, you know, flags of the Merchants Guild. So I can hang this on the wagon, and then this can go on the meadery. Alright, there is that. Hanging up 6 new flags. That might... that might be overkill for the amount of flags, but why not, you know? And it looks like the flag above, although I'm now realizing the orange and cyan are on the wrong side. Huh. You know what? That is so annoying. It actually wraps around to me being too lazy to fix it, honestly. I'm saying that, but then in the next episode you're probably going to notice that I fixed it anyway without me saying anything. I'm predicting that's what I'm going to do, knowing myself. And here we place the Dwarven Merchant's flag. I can remove one of the kingdom flags because I don't need both. I guess you understand it by one of them. Good symmetrical placement of it. You see, it's a Dwarven Kingdom first, but they're also part of the Merchants Guild. And then I made this to, let's see, I want to pop it onto the moving cart here. I didn't design the cart with the flag in mind, so I guess I could just place it on top of that fence here. Although that is very obstructing of the view. It's fine enough, I guess. You just gotta do a little bit of suspension of disbelief. It's fine. Now, the last thing I want to do is get very ahead of myself. To place a banner on a map. I want this to be the label of the kingdom, so should I go with common name and then dwarven name in the parentheses? So yeah, and then I can... Oh, I wanted to place it there, but... Can I? Should I? Is that going to be weird? Nah, it's nice. It works. It works. So, if I take an empty map out this area. Oh, that's decently placed. Then I right-click on the banner. There, you can not read what it says. There we go. Or heavens. Parenthesis, Mjeldwemmel. It is, as I said, it is getting ahead of myself. Eventually I want to create a world map, of course, but I didn't really have the intention of putting it here in the Dwarven Kingdom. Maybe like some kind of astral, otherworldly library in the end. Maybe if I ever decide to build a house, a living area for the tale teller. It's a banner, flag thingy episode, so why not include this? And let's see, is there any space up here? Any good space? Yeah, like that, so I can look at it while I'm sleeping. Like some sort of college dorm poster. It's not easy to tell when it's hanging up as well. Maybe that's because the name is so long. Flags are fun, don't you think, Bimmy? What about you, Kimmy? Ah, they still miss their siblings. Well, that has been quite interesting. Who knew you could make a whole episode just about flags? I mean, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe this was really boring. I don't know. But at least it's done. So, how about we figure out if there is some lore behind this flag? Make this episode even more boring. No, that's not a joke. I shouldn't say that about my own content, honestly. That probably isn't good for the viewer attention. But yeah, there's gotta be some, some lore decisions behind the flag design. I'm being Mike Masowski. Sorry. Anyway.
There are few who know the tales of this world. I am one of those few, and I'm here to tell them. The flag of Meldwell is a symbol of the dwarves' pride, with many layers of meaning hidden within it. The mountain is placed in front of the rising sun, as well as stepping out in front of the outline to symbolize the importance and strength of the kingdom. Dwarves always put their own first. The choice of colors are also very deliberately selected, representing the many dwarven riches of iron, silver, gold, lapis lazuli, and diamond. The image of the flag is also a perfect reflection of reality, as the sun indeed rises behind the mountain, putting the kingdom before the sun. All these meanings come together to create the perfect flag to affirm that the Meldwell is the dwarves' god-chosen home. Even if the goblins believe the pendant to look like a cigarette. Even the most regular objects can have deep and detailed history behind its creation. So, come again another time to hear me tell yet another tale of deep history.
So here we are. Finally, the dwarves have some colors they can wave at the, annual fantasy football matches. That's something else, actually. Annual gladiatorial matches. Yes, that's better. I should build a gladiator arena sometime, maybe. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the episode, as strange as it maybe was. And I hope you enjoyed it enough to maybe come and see me again in my next video, or whatever other video I might make, in the near future. But until then, thank you so much for watching. Please leave me a comment of what you think about these flags, or if there's anything I should do to improve them. Until next time, you're looking very lovely today. Mwah.